Welcome back to Sports Chat with Greg and Bryan. I'm Bryan.
I'm Greg.
And today, before we get into today, if you like the conversation, please give us a like, give us the thumbs up button. And if you'd subscribe, that'd be really cool. We'd appreciate that. And I'm going to talk about something. We're going to get into some stuff here about the NCAA. And let me know what you think. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag yet. We'll get into that when the time comes. All right, Greg.
Hey Bryan, how's it going?
It's going.
Let's get into
Yeah.
this real quick, right?
Okay. And this is not to bag, believe it or not, I'm not bagging on the NCAA.
Not today, right?
Not today. And if you remember, we talked about Malachi Toney, and you brought up, well, he's going to leave for money. And I was completely taken aback. Why would he leave? And then, like 2 days after the national championship game, he says that he's going in the transfer portal. Well, the news that we didn't see came up after we made that video. His mom came out and said, he ain't going anywhere. So there you go.
You know, you always got to listen to what your mom has to say. But I hope that's really true. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's true.
Props to mom. Mom is the voice of sanity. Finally, somebody has come up and said, there ain't going to be any transfer going on. His mom, solid.
I hope that's the case.
And the thing about this is he's going to get, and just kind of like what you had said before, the University of Miami is going to give him a huge NIL package, or excuse me, the NIL people in Miami are going to give him a huge package. And you'll understand the next story when we talk about that.
But I think you also said that the school is now able to pay because they're getting $20.5 million from the NCAA, right?
Yes, they are. Ideally, though, it's not the school. It'll still be an NIL deal. So it's a little bit different. The other thing,
all right,
remember, they got that quarterback from Duke that jumped to Duke, from Duke now to Miami. And he's like a Heisman Trophy caliber quarterback. It doesn't suit Malachi Toney any good to leave if they've got a really good quarterback.
Well, Miami's going to be really good next year.
Yeah.
They should be really good next year.
And then the next part about it is, again, why would he leave? They're going to build their offense. He's going to have a greater role in the offense. And he already had a huge role last year. How much bigger could it get unless they just throw him the ball on every single play? So there's no downside for him leaving. Props to mom. Thank you, mom, for putting some sanity in all this. I said that before, but I mean it.
Thumbs up, Tony.
Yes.
All right.
100%.
Let's move on.
This story I found, and okay, this is the can of worms. This is the thing that it all starts here now. He was going to go to Miami. Florida came in and said, we'll give you a $13.85 million NIL deal. $13.85 million over 4 years, or however long he was going to be at the school.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. No wonder these kids cry when they go to the NFL. They're taking pay cuts.
They could be. So it's not about wanting to play in the NFL anymore.
No, it's about how much money you're making. The guy, one of the people, he said that the people that were supposed to give him the money kind of bailed out on him. They weren't giving him the amount that he wanted. So he got out of his NIL contract, which is fine. And then he transferred to Arizona State. Okay. He played a year and 23 at Arizona State. Then he went to Georgia, redshirted at Georgia, then went to Sacramento State.
Hold on, I'm going to stop right there.
Okay.
So he was the guy at Florida.
Correct.
Right? And then he went to ASU, which is a good school.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to Georgia to redshirt.
Yes.
And he ended up at Sac State.
Yes. Okay. And,
holy moly.
Right. And now he's signed with Mississippi State.
Not a bad
So he's
school.
going to be going, right. For football, it's a great school.
Let's say great.
Well,
it's going to be in. You're going to get TV time.
Yes, and you're
not going to get TV time at Sac State.
None. So here's a guy who, since 2022, has bounced around. Well, he was going to go to Miami, bailed on that and went to Florida, bailed on Florida and went to Arizona State, bailed on Arizona State and went to Georgia, then bailed on Georgia and went to Sacramento State. Now he's going to Mississippi State. Wow. But I put his career passing statistics up there. And you can take a look at him. When he was at ASU, he completed 44 passes out of 82 attempts. At Sacramento State, he got benched 17 out of 42. It was 40% passing. And these schools are trying to give him millions of dollars to play. Wow.
Well, I mean, for Sac State, I mean, you don't know how good that school was. I mean, he could have got sacked 100 times. We don't know enough about Sac State. But why would he end up at Sac State?
The thing about it, well, one thing about it was he was at Sacramento State. He got benched.
I know.
So this is just mind-boggling. That's all it is.
So it's going to come to the point where they just absolutely say, okay, we're done. We're just going to keep paying you. Go to school for as many years as you want. There's no joke. You're going to go to school as long as you want. Well, why not? And then just, you know what? You're going to make $5 million, $7 million a year, and you're not going to play in the NFL, but you're going to make money.
Yeah. This is the thing about this is like it's the first case that's come across about NIL where the player and what happened eventually was they had mediation, and through a mediator they figured out the money deal and they got it all taken care of so that everybody was happy. That's the thing. We're going to see more and more and more of this.
I don't know if this is the same guy, but I know this might be the same guy that Georgia. A guy left Georgia after signing an NIL deal.
Yeah,
and then Georgia sued him because he didn't stay, and he got all the money plus Georgia got all the money plus interest back.
Okay,
that could be the same guy.
I don't know,
but
yeah,
that'd be interesting to find out, because it's going to start coming to where kids are going to leave, or not kids, young men are going to leave, and women if they get NIL, right?
Yep.
We're only talking about men because we're talking about football, and that's where a lot of this money's at. It's in college basketball too.
Yes, and that's what I was just thinking. Women's basketball
is the
same thing.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't there a guy that went to Miami and then part of his NIL agreement was that his sister's going to come along too?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna look at a little bit more into this NIL, because I'm interested in what's going to happen to my USC Trojans.
Oh, well, what's going to happen to them is going to happen to every other university in the United States.
I only care about USC.
I know that, but it's just look at what's going on with Miami or with any school, and that's what's going to happen at USC. It's going to be exactly the same. It doesn't matter.
I think what's going to happen is some of these conferences are going to be like, you know what? Y'all go play somewhere else. We're going to run the next 5 conferences. We're going to have our own league, and the NCAA is going to have, like they have, D1, D2, D3. They're going to have these leagues that aren't going to pay NIL, and you're going to have student athletes again.
Yeah.
I think that ultimately is going to happen. I don't know how far down the
But
line that's going to happen.
but
And
part
they're
of
going to get
this,
the scholarships, by the way. Those kids will get the scholarships to go to school.
part of this also is that you've got, I mean, there's not enough NIL money for 100 guys on a football team to get NIL.
Absolutely.
You've got, I can't imagine what it would be like being a player in college who's maybe a walk-on, or you're the fourth string linebacker, and you're not getting paid. You might not even have a
You're not
scholarship.
getting a scholarship if you're the fourth string linebacker.
Yeah. You go and do all the same things as everybody else on the team. The first string linebackers are getting NIL deals. You're getting nothing.
But so
And you're doing everything exactly the same.
So here's the crazy thing. Okay, so King Miller from USC and his brother from USC, number
Okay.
60 and number 30, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
King Miller transferred out of a JUCO school, I believe in Texas. Came to USC. No scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
He was the fourth string running back.
Right. Okay.
The top two running backs got hurt. So now he's competing against the third string running back. And he won that job.
Right.
It'll be interesting what he does this year, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that want King Miller on the team.
Yeah.
And his brother. I hope he stays, because he is a
Well,
force.
the opportunity to transfer, you get another opportunity in the spring.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Okay.
There we go. Move on to the next.
All right. So you and I were talking the other day.
What is it?
Was.
There I did. I didn't see that change. It was all white.
Yeah. All right. You and I were talking.
Where were we talking?
We were at the beach. We were at breakfast. We were discussing March Madness. You said you liked the current 64 team field and that everything was, let's just keep it at that. Yes or no, Greg?
Kind of. I kind of said that. I don't like the 4-team play-in. I don't like the 68 teams. I want, hey, you made it or you don't. Don't give me a play-in. Don't make me a sacrificial lamb for somebody else.
Right.
Let me play in.
But if you're a 16, you're a sacrificial lamb for the number one.
I think it's only happened once where 16 is beaten one.
Right.
Now, if you're Arizona and you're a number 2, I'm almost going to guarantee you're going out in the first round.
Well, you're playing a 15.
But they look at Arizona. We're going to look this up at their record as a number 2.
Probably not very
I
good.
believe that they've lost 75% of their opening round games.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I have come up with a new plan that gets almost every school into the NCAA tournament. This is Bryan's March Madness plan.
Well, typically, if you're going to follow this plan, it's March, April, May, and June Madness plan, right?
No, it's not, because it could be. I think if it's figured out right, it can be done in just one extra weekend. No, I'm serious. One extra weekend.
So teams are playing like 7 games.
Well, but hey, you know what? You want March Madness? I'm giving you madness. There are 31 conferences, 364 teams, and that's important in Division I. There are 31 conferences. The winners of those conferences automatically go into the bracket, the final bracket. That means that there's 302 teams left. All right. The second place teams, if they finish second in their conference, what they do is they're out of the first part of the tournament. That makes sense. And I did my math wrong.
They're out of the next turn.
No, they're out of the first part of the tournament. So they're gonna jump in the next part. Every conference.
When you talk about part, that's how you qualify to get in the NCAA.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
but you just have to hear me out.
I'm trying.
Okay, I know. All the last place and next to the last place teams in each conference, you're out. You're not going to be in the tournament because I have to get this to a round number that makes sense. So you guys, you're out. If you finished 1-14 or 1-15 in your conference, you don't get to play. You're done. Now, that would leave 240 teams left. From there, you're playing an elimination tournament. The first group of games, there's 240 teams. They play.
That's 120 games.
And 120 teams are left.
So loser goes home.
Correct. Then after those 120 teams now they play, that means there's 60 teams left. That's one weekend. Got it? So let's do the math here. So that's one weekend.
You told me you could get it all done in a weekend. But
no, I didn't say the entire tournament. I just said
okay.
that so we got one weekend. We get to that. The 31 second place teams now join those 60 teams.
91 teams.
But one team gets a bye.
Which team?
We flip a coin. I'll leave that up to the mathematicians.
Flip a coin to the 31 second place team.
Yeah. One of them, whoever's got the best record out of the 31 teams, whatever it is, somebody gets a bye. That gives us 90 teams. They play. That breaks it down to 45 teams are left. That one bye team ends up back in. They all play. Now we've got 23 left. Okay, that's 2 weekends.
You have 46, 23 games.
Well, there's 23 teams are left after the weekend.
Okay, so hold on here. 31 second place teams join the tourney.
Correct.
One team gets by, so it makes it 90.
Right.
So you play 45.
Correct. You're going to play 45 games.
Then who comes in?
No, that's where they now have come in, because after your first weekend there were 60 teams left.
This is not in the final NCAA.
Not in the final tournament yet.
Because I'm losing this here. I probably should have read this first.
We're not in the final tournament yet.
So after weekend 1, you have 60 teams left over.
Correct. Weekend 2, you add the 30 second place teams.
And now you have 90. You played a game. Now there's 45 teams.
Correct.
Okay.
You have one team that had a bye. Now they jump in.
Okay, so now the one team gets a bye. So now you got 46
teams.
And after the weekend, you have 23 teams left.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's 2 weekends.
Mm-hmm. Now we're 2 weekends in.
That creates a 54 team bracket.
Uh-huh.
From that point, it's winner moves on. It's a single elimination tournament.
You can't do it with 54.
Yes, you can.
Well, you have to have buys.
Yes.
Okay, so there's going to be 5 teams with 54. So that's 27 games. You need 32 games. So 5 teams are going to get buys.
Okay. Well, I leave this to the mathematicians. Maybe they're, maybe
because you're going to have 27. So you need 5 teams the next round to get to 32, right? 32 is then divisible by 2. Then it goes to 16, 8, 4, 2, 1.
There we go. Yes.
Right?
Right. So we have to figure out a way to get to
32.
Well, no, you have to figure out a way to get to 16.
Yeah, well, 32 divided by 2 is 16.
Okay, just a second.
So if you go 27.
Right. Well,
and then you got 27. Now it's an odd number. Now you need an even number again. The best way to do it is 27 and 5. When you add 2 odds, you get an even. Okay? I'm taking you to step 6A, all right? Okay, or step 8.
And eventually we end up with the winner, and then from there,
loser goes home.
Yeah, loser goes home, single elimination tournament. At the 54 team bracket, then it's the first weekend. Then there's going to be 27 teams.
That's Thursday.
And then those 5 extra teams, or those 5 teams that we decide, they jump in to get us to 32.
32 would be
Right.
Saturday and Sunday's games. Okay, 2 days.
Okay. And then those games get played.
Then you get to the Sweet 16.
Then you get to your 16, and then everything else is
Then you get to
the
the Final
same.
Four.
Then there's only 2 weekends. So all I'm doing is adding 1 weekend.
2 weekends.
Well,
2 weekends.
64 to 32.
No, but you're adding all that other stuff that gets you down to 45.
Right. Well, no. But I'm just going. Okay, 64 to 32 is 1 weekend.
Let me interject. The first to get from 240 teams down to 60, right?
That's 1 weekend.
That's 1 weekend.
Correct.
Then you got to get from 60 to 30.
Well,
no. Then you're adding in the 31 second place teams to get to 90.
right.
And you're playing a weekend of that to get down to
23.
23. So you got
Right. That's 2 weekends.
2 weekends. So you said you're adding 1 weekend. I said you're adding 2.
Well, I'm just trying to figure
You're
it out.
adding 2 weekends,
Okay.
kind of.
And then and then from there, it's just 3 weekends.
Yeah, which is now normal. That's
it's
normal.
March Madness.
You're adding it's 5 weekends to get
But
through
it
March.
would be March Madness, not March, April, May Madness. And it wouldn't start in the middle of March and then creep into April. No, it would start March and then be done by March, the first weekend. So nothing is going to change in that regard.
Just 1 minute, my friend.
Okay.
There's only 4 weeks in March.
Well, they always end up playing in April.
Well, you
anyway.
just said it was March.
Well,
Madness.
I'm trying. Right, but it is
It's
most of
April.
March.
Okay, all right.
And then the 1 weekend. So nothing is going to change in that regard.
My first problem with this is, so what are you doing with the NIT?
Oh, that's not, I don't care about that right now. I'm worried about my March Madness plan. The NIT is for D2 schools.
Okay, so you bring the D2 schools up.
I don't know. That's not part of this. I didn't even think about that. Let's go to the next.
At me.
You're getting me into areas that I was not prepared to talk about. Well, because I don't care about the NIT. We were talking about this, and I was saying, look, we want every team to have a shot.
And I absolutely told you about the NIT when we were eating oatmeal. Okay.
I know that there's an NIT. Well, then maybe what the NIT does is out of the 240 teams that lost, which essentially is what the NIT is anyway.
Exactly.
You throw those teams into the NIT so they get some more basketball in, and they're just in another.
Exactly right. That's exactly what they're doing currently.
They're in another single elimination tournament.
They're doing that currently right now.
Okay.
I love the NIT because the people have to travel. Like they don't play the tournaments at.
Oh, okay. Just a second. Really?
I love that.
They have to travel when the NCAA sets up 4 areas and they say, okay, in the West, the number 1 seed is North Carolina.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is the games are played at the home. Like they travel every time. Every game is a travel day.
Okay, well, but
I like the NIT.
Okay. Anyway, so let's go. So the next slide here, the next little bit.
That was a lot.
No, here's my bracket.
God. Oh my goodness. Yikes.
So this is the bracket. And then, so you've got.
It doesn't even fit on our screen. Just to let you know, there's people underneath us, all right? Wow.
Yeah. But that's the bracket for this thing where you can add new teams in and you get everything down.
How long did it take you to make this bracket?
Oh, it didn't take me any time at all. It took ChatGPT like 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, I'm not a ChatGPT.
Now, there is one other bracket, which is just a straight 240 team bracket. If we went to that, go ahead and.
I like that bracket better than this bracket.
Oh, it's all the same, basically.
No, it's not.
Well, it's just more colorful. Okay, there's our championship bracket, how it all breaks down, how we get to the Final Four. 240 teams, let's go. And so we can count. There's the first 2 games is 1 weekend. The next 2 games is 2 weekends. Then we got 3 weekends, 4 weekends.
No, some of those are the same weekend. Some of those are going to be the same weekend.
1 weekend. So 1 weekend the first 2. 2 weekends the next 2. 3 weekends the next 2. Then
The
4
Final Four and the
would be
the Final Four and the final game are the same weekend.
yeah. Anyway,
I mean, it's like Saturday and Monday.
all right. That's my plan. Now, and I got to tell you.
So everybody gets a trophy, no matter how you finished. No matter how you finished, you went 0 forever, 0 in the world.
No,
You get in.
No, you don't. Because the O's and the 1s, those teams that finish last, don't get in because they're kicked out automatically. That's my plan.
So what you're doing is you got a garbage bowl in your tournament. Like the worst 2 teams are playing each other, and they're playing like they're going to play hard because they're like, I now have an opportunity to get destroyed by somebody next week, or we can just call it a game and we're just going to be.
That's not the point. The point is everybody gets the opportunity to win. Just like and I was going with the idea of the FA Cup in England.
Oh, so that's where it comes from soccer.
Course.
Okay, of course it does.
Well, but it's coming from the idea of the FA Cup. They start with like the super duper minor league teams, and they play like 17 rounds of games until they finally get to the championship. And every once in a while, there's that team that goes on a magic run, and they end up getting to the last 8 or to the semifinals, and they get a chance.
So what you're telling me is the regular season doesn't really matter.
Of course it matters. Go ahead.
Other than the fact that you don't want to finish in last or second place.
Right. And you do want to win.
And you want to, then you go on a run.
Well, you could. I don't know. It could happen. That's not the point. Okay.
So then my other question is.
Okay.
So these are student athletes, right?
Not anymore. They're all getting paid NIL money.
It was just well, I'm telling you right now, the team number 128, they don't got any NIL money, all right? They're not giving any NIL money. I'm not a big fan of it, Brian, but you know.
Well, okay. There it is. What do you think? What do you think of my plan? Give us you can just write a little comment underneath this. Am I full of it? Do I have a valid idea? Let me know. Let us know. What do you think? If you enjoyed our conversation, click the like button and subscribe to the channel.
All right. Well, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you do,
just a second. I came up with an idea. What's your idea?
I will tell you my idea next week.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. You come up with an idea then.
I will tell you my idea next week. All right. There you go. Make sure you keep that part in. And it will not be 240 teams make in a tournament.
Okay.
I have a better idea. But...
All right. Very good.
All right. Well, anyway, like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. I hope you all have a very good rest of your day whenever you're listening to this.